Whew, it's been a minute and we got a lot to talk about.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
YouTube, welcome back to the video, and today we are going to be talking about some silly season stuff. I first want to apologize for not making a Bristol race review. You're going to kind of get an idea of my thoughts on the ending, at least, here in a minute. But I lost my voice on Sunday. I had full intention Sunday morning, even though I was kind of sick starting Friday. Saturday, I kind of tried to sleep it off. It didn't really work that well. But I still had intentions of making at least a post-race review for Bristol, and then I lost my voice. I was talking like this all day. It was pretty bad, and now you can probably still hear that my voice is deeper because I'm sick. Still, I don't feel bad. I'm just kind of stuff running its system. I'd say probably by Wednesday or Thursday I'll probably just be peachy, but that's why there wasn't that many any videos this weekend. I was planning on making some more videos, but that kind of fell through. But still, we're back again. I was kind of trying to keep a little bit consistent because I got 2 videos out there last week, but you know, sickness is it's not easy to make a video when you're sick. I've always thought it wouldn't be that bad, but even now, it isn't the easiest to do. But also, if you guys hear thunder outside, it's storming, but it's supposed to be storming all night, so I wasn't going to get this done. So, anyways, without that, today we're going to be talking about some silly season stuff. We got Aric Almirola, let's see, Daniel Hemrick, and Matt DiBenedetto to talk about. I want to kind of breeze through the first 2, and Matt DiBenedetto, we're going to have a little extension on him, but before we get into that, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below your guys' thoughts on everything we talk about today, and let's get right into the video. I also want to add in that I will have a video up about the crashing. I think there's like a gameplay that came out. I watched. It's been about a day or 2. Again, I was sick, so I couldn't really make a video on it. But tomorrow, again, I will be late on the NASCAR Heat 4 gameplay and stuff like that. I mean, imagine that. But that will be out tomorrow, or if for some reason it's not out tomorrow, it'll be out the day after tomorrow. But yeah, again, I'm late on the NASCAR Heat 4 news. It's just virtually impossible for me to get that stuff on time. Anyways, to start off here, we will be talking about Aric Almirola. It was announced over the weekend that it wasn't announced, but Aric Almirola said that he is locked in Stewart-Haas for 2020. Interesting that he didn't say him and Smithfield. Now, I think Smithfield is going to stay, I'd say, especially since he's locked into next year. But who knows? He did not know Smithfield was mentioned. We know Smithfield is currently renegotiating their deal, or they are supposed to be renegotiating their deal with Stewart-Haas. So we'll see how that ends up going. But Aric Almirola will be driving the 10 car, which closes up a car at Stewart-Haas Racing, which just leaves Daniel Suarez and Clint Boyer, which I'll probably get into here in a minute. Moving on, one of the guys we have been talking about moving up to the Cup Series is Tyler Reddick. Well, now Daniel Hemrick says he's not sure if he'll be in that 8 car next year. And I haven't heard a lot about that before this coming out, but I had actually mentioned that, I believe, in one of my previous videos. And I didn't know how legitimate it would be, but with Daniel Hemrick not sure, I would say I think it's a last-ditch effort for Richard Childress, but if he can't field a 31 team, he might just have to kick Daniel Hemrick out of the ride. I don't know. It just depends on how badly he wants Tyler Reddick to be in the Cup Series. Do I think it's the best idea? I don't know. I think Daniel Hemrick hasn't been terrible. He's been terrible, but he's had kind of flashes of potential, and I feel that just giving him 1 year to adjust to the Cup Series is beyond. I don't know if that's necessarily fair to him, but to kind of on the other side of things, Hemrick never won a Xfinity Series race, so I wasn't positive he was necessarily ready for the Cup Series anyways. And whether he'll stay for RCR if he gets kicked out or not is beyond me. But I don't know. Daniel Hemrick, I don't blame RCR for kicking him out if they do end up doing that. But it would be kind of unfair to him, but you know, it's a business, and we're going to get into that again in just a minute. And yeah, it's a business. All right, turn my light on there because it was getting kind of dark. But anyways, now it's time for kind of the main topic of the video, and that is Matt DiBenedetto, because he has been the biggest storyline, I would say, throughout really last week and now this week because of his performance at Bristol. If you didn't know, Matt DiBenedetto led about the last 100 laps of the Bristol race, and it was unfortunately taken away by Denny Hamlin, who had a faster car. I don't blame Denny Hamlin for winning, and he even apologized for winning, which I think is almost unheard of to me. And I don't think there's many people out there that would do that. So a little respect earned for Denny Hamlin. It's been a while since I can actually say Denny Hamlin's not my most hated. No, I'm never not that. Kyle Busch always done that, but it's not. I don't actually hate him anymore. I actually don't really care about him. But I guess I didn't really hate him. But I kind of feel sympathize for him. I might actually root for him one day. Who knows if he just keeps on not being an asshole. But anyways. So, Matt DiBenedetto, he obviously announced, I believe it was like last Thursday, that he will not be in the 95 car next year. And first off, I want to say, don't blame Levine Family Racing. Don't blame Joe Gibbs Racing for this. I mean, I guess a little blame to Gibbs. But, Matt DiBenedetto, he wasn't bringing in that much money. And Toyota wasn't paying for him. Toyota will pay for Christopher Bell or Eric Jones, whichever one goes in there. But yeah, don't blame them. I mean, yeah, it's kind of sad that it's gotten to the point where somebody who is legitimately talented, probably, I wouldn't say more talented than Christopher Bell. I mean, that's kind of unfair to say because, we haven't seen Bell in the Cup Series yet. And I actually don't think they've ever been in the same race. If they have, it's been like once or twice. So that's not really fair to say that Christopher Bell is, more or less talented than Matt DiBenedetto. But it is kind of sad to see such a talented driver in Matt DiBenedetto struggle to get a ride. I mean, at this point, it looks like with the recent David Reagan opening, another news point that I didn't get to last week, David Reagan retiring, or partially retiring, so he might come back for like some off races. But yeah, it is kind of sad to see Matt DiBenedetto because he does not have very good sponsorship, if any at all. It's sad to see him not be able to get a ride, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to get a ride better than Front Row because of that. Because if you look at Stewart-Haas, that's the only other place that's open. No Hendrick spots are opening up. Joe Gibbs, I mean, I think we all think that wasn't needed to be answered. Penske, no. Maybe Wood Brothers Racing. Maybe next year, obviously. That would be more of a next year thing. Excuse me. That'd be more of a next year thing, but maybe he replaces. I mean, that is considered the fourth Penske car, so we know Paul Menard is just Paul Menard in there. If Matt DiBenedetto gets in there, maybe, who knows? He could maybe be. We can actually say yes, this is the fourth Penske car because we say that because we know they're aligned. But Paul Menard is nowhere near as good as any of those three drivers at Penske, so we just say fourth Penske car. I think if Matt DiBenedetto got in there, who knows? We could see the old, like when Ryan Blaney, we could see times like that where getting wins. Well, he's got to win, but I could see DiBenedetto getting multiple wins, good finishes, stuff like that. Again, like I said, Paul Menard's in that car next year. That'd have to be the year after next. So still, that'd be a pretty good option for him. If he just kind of sits in Front Row for a year, I think maybe some more opportunities will open up. One that we haven't talked about, he's been kind of sponsored by, he's going to be sponsored by IK9 this weekend at Road America, whatever one they're racing at. I get them all mixed up, but he will be sponsored by them. They have a team in the Xfinity Series and will be making a Cup team. They plan to make a Cup team at some point, so maybe he kind of does what he did with Levine Family Racing, be kind of the first guy to, with this, or he wouldn't be the first guy to Levine Family Racing, but you guys get what I mean. Be kind of the guy to, right the ship there. I mean, I think they have Gibbs back in an Xfinity Series, so we'll see. I don't know. But Stewart-Haas Racing, like I had mentioned earlier, Daniel Suarez and Clint Boyer are both on the hot seat. I would say the most likely to be kicked out is unfortunately Clint Boyer. First off, he's out of the playoffs, and if he gets back in still, I think he's on the hot seat there because he just squeaked in and equipment that is considered to be still top tier equipment, despite kind of the mediocre season they've had compared to last season, which is a really great season, so it's unfair to compare it to, but still a mediocre season nevertheless. And it's really just mediocre Aric Almirola not because of Aric Almirola or Kevin Harvick. They've been great this year because of Clint Bowyer and Daniel Suarez kind of dragging that team down. Daniel Suarez has sponsorship out the wazoo, but will Tony Stewart say enough is enough and kick Daniel Suarez out of the ride and put Matt DiBenedetto in? Sorry, I'm just a little hopeful, but I think Cole Custer would probably get the nod before Matt DiBenedetto would. But if both rides open up, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, Aric Almirola, he had a good sponsorship, however, but his career was revived, and they both had good sponsorship. Kurt Busch being the other one, both had good sponsorship. Matt DiBenedetto does not have good sponsorship, so there is kind of a problem. Matt DiBenedetto not having any sponsorship. Maybe I've said sponsorship like literally 5 times in the last 30 seconds. I apologize for that. But maybe this, outburst at Bristol could maybe turn some heads. We still have Martinsville and the Roval, 2 tracks and Talladega, 3 tracks that are pretty good. And who knows, maybe the mile and a half program will improve a little bit. We got Dover's not a terrible track, but it's a terrible track with the package, but not somewhat talented, talent included. But yeah, we still got some tracks on the schedule where he can shine, and maybe he can attract some sponsorship for next season and wherever he goes. I think he's going to be at the very least in front row. I'm not sure who front row. Maybe Cole Custer goes in there, maybe Clint Bowyer, but I think front row will at least have Matt DiBenedetto. I don't know, because if you think about it, if Stewart Haas is like, hey, put Cole Custer, we're not ready to get rid of Clint Bowyer or Daniel Suarez, and they say, oh, put Cole Custer in that car that's open now, I think it'd be pretty hard to refuse, which would once again kick Matt DiBenedetto out. Besides that, there isn't anywhere for him to go. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he gets and kind of pulls a Ross Chastain and chills in the Xfinity Series and Truck Series, and hopefully by next year there'll be a ride open. The 21 car is definitely a good option. The 1 car, I feel like Kurt Busch, I am very adamant. There are some people that are on the fence. I actually think that he might not come back. I'm very adamant that Kurt Busch will be coming back to the 1 car next year. I mean, obviously he doesn't know yet, but the way he's turned that program around, I think he deserves another year. Obviously, it's at the end of the day, it's up to Chip Ganassi and him. But who knows? In the off chance that the 1 car opens up, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this would be the best idea for Ganassi, but I think they could open up another team. But again, no sponsorship. So that's the main problem. I think if Matt DiBenedetto had a sponsor, he would be on a top team by now. So hopefully he can find a sponsor. Who knows? IK9 might step in. No, they won't step in. But I don't know. It's really tough, and it's almost become normal to see drivers like Ross Chastain and Matt DiBenedetto not get rides. See people better, or not really necessarily better than them. I'm not going to say. I think we all can agree Matt DiBenedetto is better than Daniel Suarez. Sorry, Suarez fans, but I think that's a pretty safe statement. But seeing drivers that are just as talented or not as talented as these guys simply get better rides because they have sponsorship, and who knows? It's really up in the air. I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad. I honestly feel sick for Matt DiBenedetto. We'll see. He could win at Martinsville. Who knows? He had a pretty good race at Martinsville earlier in the year, so we could see. We can definitely see. I don't want to be surprised if he gets a win. I mean, he's just that good, and he knows this is it. This could be it for his NASCAR career. I'm not even going to lie. This could be it, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. We'll see. We'll see how it all ends up. We still got a lot of silly season questions that need to be answered, and maybe something can be answered by you guys down in the comment section below. Make sure to let me know what you guys are thinking. Make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button. That's all I got for today. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.